Welcome back here to Bronx Talks. Today we have 10 bold predictions for the New York Yankees in 2024. Obviously, there's a lot of different ways you could have hot takes for this Yankees team here in 2024. As we've talked about before, there's a lot of storylines with, different players and a lot of players looking to have bounce back seasons for the Yankees. And maybe these players exceed our expectations. That's what a hot take is all about. So, Christian, what's a bold prediction hot take that we have?
First one is I think Nestor is going to have a bounce back season. He was not the pitcher that we've seen him be last year, and a lot of people have doubted Nestor throughout his career. People just don't think he has the stuff. People think he's lucky. I don't. I think he is a very smart and talented pitcher, and I think he's going to have a very good season. He's got to stay healthy, but if he does, I really think he's going to do great.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely looking for a great year out of Nestor Cortez. Up next, we have Austin Wells, Christian. And I think Austin Wells is going to hit 15 home runs. In 70 at bats last year, he had 4 home runs. And Austin Wells, keep in mind, Christian, he's not just a kid. He's 24 years old. He is young, but he does have some experience. And I think Austin Wells, as long as he'll get the playing time, will hit 15 home runs.
Yeah, I could see it. And I also, along the home run line, I think that the Yankees are going to have 35 plus homer guys. Your obvious ones there are Judge and Soto, who should both do that. And then you're going to need another. And I think that's going to happen. I think it's really between Rizzo and Stanton, maybe Glaber, but probably not. I think Rizzo does have a very good shot. I mean, he would be my pick. But I could also see Stanton bouncing back. And at the end of the day, I think they're gonna have three guys with 35 plus home runs.
Yeah, that would be really, really good for the Yankees if that happened. And we've seen it happen in the past. A lot of home run hitters with the Bronx Bombers, of course. Up next, I have Jonathan Laziga making the All Star team. Obviously, we know how good Jonathan Laziga is. And last year, unfortunately, he wasn't really on the field, had an injury, was out for a big chunk of the season, was only, pitching for a little bit portion of the beginning of the season, right? And in 2022, he just didn't have a good year, right? But we know how good he was in 2021. And I think Jonathan Lasaga is going to put the last 2 years behind him, refresh. Hopefully, he's healthy in a good spot. And I think he's going to pitch really, really well for the Yankees out of the bullpen. I think he's going to be used a lot. And I think he's going to get an all star nod and represent the New York Yankees and the American League in Texas in 2024.
I hope so. And he definitely has the stuff to do that. One guy I think is going to thrive in New York. We've talked about Juan Soto, Stroman, but Alex Verdugo, I think, is going to smash his highest home run total out of the park and hit 20 home runs. The most he's had before is 13. I think he's going to do amazing with that short porch. And, if he could stay healthy, play a full season, I think he's going to hit 20 plus home runs.
Yeah, that'd be great for the Yankees. Obviously, some big expectations for Alex Verdugo, no doubt about it. Up next, I have Carlos Rodon, Christian, looking for a bounce back year. I think he's the Yankee we're all looking at and saying he needs to have a bounce back year. There's so many eyes on Carlos Rodon, and we're all hoping he can pitch well because definitely his contract, he needs to play a lot better than what he's getting paid. And Carlos Rodon, I think he's going to win 15 games this year. I think he's going to figure it out, be the Yankees number 2 behind Garrett Cole, and help us do what we want to accomplish. And if the Yankees are going to win a World Series, they're going to need Carlos Rodon to figure it out, and I think he will. Especially with the Yankees scoring a lot of runs, hopefully offensively, with their new additions and Juan Soto and Alex Verdugo, making that lineup more balanced. They'll be able to score runs, and Carlos Rodon pitching well with the Yankees offense doing its job will get him some wins. So I think Carlos Rodon gets 15 wins.
Yeah, I mean, so far everything we've seen, aside from that one live VP, he's looked great. So I think he's en route to do that. I do think Oswald Peraza is not going to be a Yankee though by the end of the season. I think he's going to get traded. I feel a little bit bad for the guy. I don't think he has a lane, and it just seems like he's going to be dealt somewhere. I think maybe at the trade deadline, maybe before that, if the Yankees still pulled off a trade before opening day. But yeah, my fourth hot take, I don't think Oswald Peraza is going to be a Yankee by the end of the season.
Mm. Yeah, it really stinks to see, how Oswald Peraza's career has gone, but it is what it is at this point. My next hot take, Christian, is the Yankees lead the American League in All Stars. We saw them do this in 2022. And I think they're going to do it here again in 2024. I just think when you look at their team as a whole, there's a lot of guys that you could point the finger at and be like, hey, they're an all-star. And I think when you compare them to, other teams in the American League, they have more superstar power. They have the guys. And I feel like you look at the Yankees and you have three guaranteed all-stars already: Juan Soto, Judge, and Cole, right? So I definitely think the Yankees are going to lead the American League in all-stars. Maybe tie. They could end up tying with another club. But I do think, for the most part, the Yankees are going to lead the American League in All Stars.
Yep, if everything's going well, they definitely have a good shot. I mean, right off the board, you really have three automatics. And then, I mean, it really all comes down to how the rest of the guys perform. My last take is I think the Yankees, and this is hot, but I think the Yankees are going to have both the MVP and the Cy Young. MVP, if it's someone other than Aaron Judge or Juan Soto, I would be pretty surprised. And Cy Young, I think it's probably going to be Garrett Cole, maybe Rodon. We'll see. But I think the Yankees are going to end up with both the MVP and Cy Young. And of course, that is my hottest take that I have, but I could see it happening. I think there is a shot.
Yeah, how perfect would that be, too, if the Yankees capped off a World Series championship? That would just be pure domination of the league, Christian, having the AL Cy Young, AL MVP, and then winning the World Series on top of that. That would be something really, really special, no doubt about it. And my hottest take is Judge winning the Gold Glove in center field. Obviously, we know that's a really tough position to win a Gold Glove. There's a lot of really good center fielders in the American League. Right, but Judge is not really going to be bouncing around as much from right to center field until probably the end of the season. And I think the Yankees are going to have him in the lineup almost every day. So I think Aaron Judge definitely is a shot at winning the Gold Glove in center field. I know it's pretty hot, but we know how good Judge is defensively, and I think he could possibly get the job done. It is a hot take, I understand it, but hey, we've doubted Judge before, and he always exceeds our expectations. So don't count out the captain.